All right, welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for getting on. If y'all don't mind, introduce yourself. Let us know where you're calling from tonight.
Hey, Criss. It's Raisa. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Raisa, what's up?
Stephanie from Clearwater.
Nice Killer. What's up, Stephanie?
What's up, Steph? Yeah, see everybody starting to log on. I'm hyped, y'all. Taking y'all back to the island tonight.
Matter of fact, I need to send it to Terry.
Ashley from Orlando.
What's good, Ashley? What's good?
See what's going
My
on?
Florida representing. What's up?
Lala in the building from Orlando.
What's up, Lala?
All right, Lala from Orlando. What's going on?
Jeffrin from Lakeland.
Hey, welcome, welcome.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting in my zone. I don't know.
Hey, everybody, this is Cedric.
Hey, Ced, what's up?
What's up, Cedric?
From the MIA,
All right, Miami in the house.
Go 5, let's get it.
Hey, Vanika from Tampa.
Vanika.
Hey, V, welcome, welcome.
What's up, Alexis? I see her. She's on the messenger in the chat. 813. What's going on?
Yes, sir. All day.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited tonight, man. We're going to bring
Yeah, you see me getting in my zone, bro?
What's up, JC, Orlando?
Daryl, what's up, Daryl? Alexis, how you doing?
Mo, Beast Mo in the building.
Yo, Mo, what's going on? JC from Orlando, okay. All right, guys, we got a couple more minutes here. We want to get everybody on. See more people have joined. Please get on. Let us know your name and where you're calling from.
Cindy, Tampa Bay.
All right, Cindy, what's up?
Cindy, Tampa Bay in the building.
You know what? I want to switch things up a little bit. So not only do I want you to tell me your name and where you're calling from, I'm a big football fan. Let me know your favorite football team when you get on too. Let's go. Let's run it. I'll start it off. Patriot fan, number one, baby, Tom Brady.
I'm not fucking being part of this.
Oh, nah. Bleed blue, baby.
Bleed
Giants
blue.
all the way.
Oh, I'm a Dolphin fan. This said.
Them raggedy Dolphins in the house.
What's up, Deborah? Massive in the building. I'll see y'all. Jose. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Jose, welcome, man. What's your favorite NFL team, man?
I'm gonna have to stun y'all.
What was
The
it?
Eagles.
Eagles. Oh, man. How you live in Mass and you an Eagle fan?
How I live in Madison, I'm a Laker fan.
Oh. Well, I guess it's no worse than me, man, being from the Bahamas and being a Patriot fan.
Hey, it is what it is.
Hey.
All right, Malala said Miami Dolphins in the building.
Dolphins.
We got a lot of Miami.
I swear the Dolphins is the Patriots' kryptonite, man. We can't beat them down in Miami.
Big facts. Big facts.
Nah, Chip. All right, guys, it's right at 8 o'clock. We're going to get the show rolling at about, we'll give it another 3 minutes just to get those last minute stragglers on. Then we're going to dive right in, guys.
Hey, Chris.
Hey. Oh, man, somebody said the Ravens. Okay, I can deal with the Saints. Ashley said Steelers. Wow. Nah, I don't know about that.
Put that down.
Valerie, welcome. All right, guys, we're right at 8. As I said, we'll get started at about 8:03 just to give people time to log in. Then we'll get the show on the road. Got some very powerful information. A lot of people on this webinar tonight. We're freshly back from Detroit, and man, we're fired up. So we want to get this information to as many people as we can. In about 3 more minutes, we'll go ahead and get the show rolling.
What else is this happening? This is something that the world.
Do me a favor when you come on, say your name, where you're calling from, your favorite NFL team, and then go ahead and mute your line for me, please.
Key Harvey. Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, man. Key, what's good?
How you doing, Chris?
All right, man. Winning over here, man. Winning.
Yes, ma'am. Let's get it.
Veronica, Springfield, Mass.
Hey, welcome, Veronica. Oh, another mass killer.
You know it.
All right. Man, y'all always represent, man. Gotta always salute y'all.
Baby
Babysit the kids. I said, Claudia, you know you're supposed to.
All right, we got another mass. What's good? Racer, man, you got an empire out there.
What's up, Chris? How are you?
I'm great. How about you?
Hi, everybody. Christina from the Jersey Shore. Xiomara invited me.
All right. Welcome, Christina. Welcome. Jersey Shores. Welcome. All right, guys. We got 1 more minute. See, those of y'all getting on late, y'all missed our party, man. I took everybody back to the island real quick, but now it's time to get down to business.
Frankie Carry on Worcester, Mass.
Welcome,
Philadelphia
welcome.
Eagles.
Oh, man, another Mass Eagle fan. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself right now.
Courtney, Tampa, Florida. Woo-hoo.
That's my girl. What's up, Courtney? What's your NFL team, Courtney?
Ooh, I don't watch football. I don't watch football.
Okay, so just say the Patriots for me, okay?
All right, the Patriots for Chris.
All right.
Go Patriots!
That's what I'm talking about. I said what I'm going to do is I definitely have to go catch a game up there one time. But I got to make sure it's preseason because I can't go when it's cold. Foxborough in the cold? Nope. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. So we can go ahead and mute everybody's line so we can go ahead and begin. We want to be good stewards of your time tonight. So first of all, welcome. Definitely want to welcome you all. You could have been doing anything else tonight, 8 o'clock on this Wednesday. I don't know where you all are calling from. I know there's a lot of mass killers on the line, but here in Florida, it's wet and rainy. It's ugly outside. So it's not too much more we would rather be doing. But we want to go ahead and get you some very intricate information here that can definitely change your life. What I want to do is before we get started is tell you a little bit about me. I mean, I know a lot of you guys know me, but there may be some people on here that don't. And even those that do don't know really my story. So I want to go ahead and share a little bit of my personal life with you so that way you're not getting new information from a complete stranger, all right? So I was born and raised in this little piece of paradise that a lot of you may have heard, maybe you haven't, but it's the Bahamas. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have heard of it, right? So yes, it's beautiful. Yes, it's paradise, but there wasn't a whole lot of opportunity there, right? So luckily, or blissfully, I should say, I was blessed with a talent of playing basketball. And somebody discovered that I can play ball a little bit. So that talent landed me in the U.S., went to high school at Lakewood High School in St. Pete, Florida, University of North Carolina, 5 different countries and 2 years in the WNBA, right? So definitely life was pretty good. However, I got injured. And technology isn't today what it was back then. So I was afraid to have surgery. So I hung up my Nikes and I traded it in for some hard bottoms, right? So I opened my own insurance company. My 4th year, which is my return on investment year, I actually suffered a lawsuit. And in that lawsuit, my credit dropped significantly. So I went from a 726 down to a 472. So yeah, life was no longer coconuts and palm trees and beaches anymore, right? I had to figure it out. Growing up in the island, we know one thing. Money is very, very needed and valuable in the United States, but it's not more than credit, right? So to make a long story short, I got introduced to this concept by my good mentor and friend, Arnold Bogarty, and it changed my life forever. And I'll say how it changed my life. In just 2.5 months, I was able to go from a 472 to a 789 because of this information. So what I want to do is not waste any more of your time and show you just how I was able to have that happen for me. All right. So I want to go over some facts. Credit scores range anywhere from 300 to an 850. So that person that tells you they have a 900 credit score, you know not to believe in anything else they say because it only goes up to 850. Now, the national average credit score is about 700. And today, it actually dropped. It's now right at 735. And a quarter of people don't even know their credit score, and let alone 10% of Americans are credit invisible, meaning they don't even know their credit or don't even have any at all. Those are more than likely those people that say, listen, I don't need credit. I buy everything in cash. But one of my good mentors, David Marquez, always says when they say that, that means their credit is horrible, right? So what I want to do is prove a fact. Now, my other mentor, Xavier Marrero, our executive vice president, who just blew the stage away recently here in Detroit, he always told us documentation beats conversation. So I want to prove to you a fact. I just told you I'm born and raised in the Bahamas. A lot of you guys are on this webinar from all over the U.S. and your backgrounds are probably from outside of the country as well. But I'll prove to you this. We were taught in school to go to school, get good grades, go to college, get a degree, and get a good what? Job, right? We were never taught about credit. We were never taught about financial literacy. So the key word in my company, credit, or United Credit Education Services, is we're going to educate you. And I'm going to do just that right now. All right. So welcome to UCES. And what you're going to learn is who UCES is and what's included in this protection plan that's changing so many Americans' lives. Right. So just to give you some background on our company, we've been in business for 15 years. So we're not just some fly-by-night company. And we've been able to help restore millions of Americans' credit and give them back their financial buying power. Right. And most importantly, we're A-rated with the Better Business Bureau. Now, we all can agree the Better Business Bureau isn't anyone's best friend. You can't just buy them or pay them to say something nice about you. You have to definitely earn it. And we've been blessed enough to earn that A rating, right? So what's included in this protection plan? You're going to get a budgeting tool. You're going to get credit restoration. You're going to get credit builder, a credit attorney, credit monitoring, a debt payoff tool, financial lockbox, identity monitoring, net worth, a savings goal, a will and trust, and the YL Family Mint. Now, I know I just ran down that list, but what I'm going to do is add more value by breaking down each one of these tools so you can see how it adds more value to your life and your finances. So first things first, credit restoration. This is our flagship product. This is our baby. This is also why a lot of you guys are on this webinar tonight, because we all want to restore our credit. Now, before I go into explaining just how we help you restore your credit, I want to educate you on how credit works, all right? So 35%, which is the largest portion of your credit score, is your payment history. It's simply how well you are to pay your bills on time. Even if it's the minimum payment, you want to make sure that you're paying those bills on time because it's 35% of your score. The next largest chunk is your 30%, and that's your DTI, your debt to income ratio, right? So perfect example for math's sake, if you got a credit card and it was $1,000, you want to stay below 30%, which is $300. Now, I'm not saying you can't max out that card because we all know life happens. But what's important to know is two very important dates. You want to know when the bill is due, because again, that's 35% of your score. And then the second date that you want to know is when your credit card company reports to the credit bureau. So that way you can make sure that you pay that balance below 30%. So that way you're maximizing your credit score. And if you really want to be an overachiever like myself, make sure you pay it under 9%. All right, so the third largest chunk is 15%. It's how long you've been able to withstand or withhold credit. A lot of us have been taught incorrectly by stating, once you get that credit card and it's tax time, you get that tax refund, pay it off, cut it up, get rid of it, close the account. Could not be further from the truth, right? But let's not get mad at our parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles that taught us that, because this was a generational curse. They're only passing down information that they learned. So today we're going to break those chains of financial illiteracy and educate you so that way you're on the right path. You want to make sure that you keep those accounts open, just pay them on time and keep them under 30%. The next chunk is 10%. That's your new credit, how well you are to go out and obtain new credit. Now, you don't want to go out and get too much, because then with you inquiring a lot, you're starting to tell another story. You kind of appear desperate, right? So what I tell my clients is go out to your gas station and apply for a gas card. We all have vehicles. We all have to get from point A to point B. So if you do that, tops, you're probably spending about $60 a month in gas, right? So that's an easier number to make sure you pay on time, keep under 30%, so that way it's easily to manage. And then last but certainly not least is your last 10%, which is your types of credit. That's your installment loans versus your revolving loans. So installment loans are those loans that you take out and you have set payment dates until you reach the final payment date and it's over, versus your revolving loans. And I like to call revolving loans those unwanted family members that come over unannounced, just pop up at your door. Kind of like rent and mortgage, how they come every month even though you don't want them to come. And that's your revolving loans, all right? So things you should know. Credit reporting agencies are not governmental entities. A lot of people think that they are because they hear the word bureau. We attach bureau with the FBI or anything that goes down in Washington, D.C., but they're not. They're simply in business to make money off of our illiteracy and our bad debt. Each credit reporting agency operates independently, and they're not obligated to tell the right hand what the left hand's doing. What do you mean by that, Chris? But this is what I mean. If you check your credit report and you see that one item is reported as TransUnion, but it may not be on Equifax or Experian, it's because they all operate independently. And creditors only have to report 1, 2, or 3 to the 3 bureaus. They don't have to report to all of them, right? But here's the thing, and here's why United Credit Education Services has been so good at helping Americans restore their credit, like myself, is they leverage the Fair Credit Reporting Act of 1971, which basically states that we have the right to dispute anything that's on our credit report, right? So here it is. With the Fair Credit Reporting Act, we can actually dispute and have removed late payments, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, tax liens, collections, medical bills, short sales. Ladies, don't get mad at me because my mom was mad at me for a long time. But fellas, we can even get rid of child support. My mom was angry with me for a while because I was able to get $42,000 of arrearages off my dad's credit report. We made up because she realized he still had to pay it. It was just off his credit report. All right, so what you see before you is exactly what you would get. It's your own portal, right? So we're not like those other guys where you have to call a million times, email, hound your mailbox, hoping that you get a letter in the mail. We're going to be very transparent. You're going to have access 24/7, 365 to your own portal. And it's going to look exactly like this. You'll always be reminded of what your starting score is. And the reason why I love that is because you can use this as your report card. So as you start getting your results in the mail and updated on your portal here, you can see where you started from to see exactly how many points you have increased in such a short time. Now that credit score isn't mine, as I told you, it was lower, and a lot of you guys can relate to that as well. But again, it's a great tool to use as a checklist. We're also going to always remind you of how your credit score is calculated, so that way you always remind yourself on how to use and leverage your credit. Across the top is your dashboard, where you're actually able to use all those 11 services that we mentioned, in which I'm going to go into deeper detail right now. All right. So first things first, you're going to get a budgeting tool. Now, I've been blessed to make pretty decent money in my time of living so far, but the one thing that I could never do was budget. My son, I have a 9-year-old son, Amir. He means the world to me, and his favorite dance is the Chris Brown dance. And when he does it, I'm like, you know what, Amir? That reminds me of how I spent my money. Because when I was younger and I was playing ball and I had it, every credit card and debit card, I was doing the Chris Brown dance. I was just swiping, right? Don't laugh at me, y'all. I can really dance. So, but this is going to teach you just how to budget. We're also going to give you a credit builder. What this credit builder does is not only are we going to clean your credit, but we're going to also show you how to maximize and build it as well. You're also going to have access to a credit attorney. Now, the credit attorneys, here's one of the many things that they do, and this is my favorite thing. How many of us get those calls from Scam Likely? I know I do all the time. Well, I used to. Here's why. Because our credit attorneys will actually file a cease and desist order on your behalf. And if those credit debtors continue to call you, we actually will file suit against them. Here's the part I love the most. When we file suit, whatever amount that we settle for in court, we get 80%, the attorneys get 20%. So now I beg them to call me now, and I'm sure you will too. You're also going to get credit monitoring. I know a lot of my clients, and even myself, I was guilty of this. I use Credit Karma, use Credit Sesame, not to bash those other companies, but those companies are solely doing that to make money. How do I know that? I'll prove it to you, right? So number one, they don't update frequently. I think Credit Karma does like every 14 days, so your score is inaccurate. But right below your score, you're going to see thousands of credit card offers. That site is made just for you to apply to get credit cards, because that's how Credit Karma gets paid. So don't fall victim. We're actually going to give you a credit monitoring tool called Smart Credit, which gives you the GPS on how you can follow a blueprint and see your future score and attain that future score in 90 days. We're also going to give you a debt payoff. We all want to get out of debt quicker, faster, and the lowest interest rates. And we're also going to give you a financial lockbox. So the best way to explain the financial lockbox, I know there's a huge ongoing argument between Apple and Android, right? I'm an Apple lover. Android, boo. I'm sorry. I loved you guys, but I'm Team Apple now. But with your Apple iPhone or your Android, there's always a cloud, whether it be a Google Cloud or maybe there's the iCloud. So any very important documents or very important pictures that you don't want to lose, we back that up to a cloud. Well, here we can do the same thing. Again, I know a lot of people are calling from Jersey, calling from Mass. I'm here in Florida, and we're right in the middle of hurricane season. So God forbid that we have to evacuate due to a natural disaster. The last thing that we're thinking about is grabbing those very important documents, such as your birth certificates, kids' birth certificates, passports, IDs, right? Well, now you can back that up to this financial lockbox, and you have access to it anywhere in the world, wherever there's Wi-Fi. All right. We're also going to give you identity monitoring. Again, guys, I live in Florida. Florida is what we call it here, because every 0.5 seconds, someone's identity is being stolen. Now, I want to give this disclaimer. If your credit score starts with 6, 5, 4, or 3, nobody's trying to steal your credit. And I promise you, if they steal your credit, they'll probably give it back to you and try to help you build it for you. That's how bad it might be, right? Well, once you graduate our program and you get into those high 6, 7, and 8 scores, you're going to become prime target. So we want to make sure that we protect your identity. We're also going to give you net worth, right? I've been blessed to be around a couple millionaires in my life, even in this platform as well. And the last thing that people ask you is, how much money do you make? They're going to ask you, what's your net worth? And you know what's sad? I can tell you Jay-Z and Beyonce's net worth, but I couldn't tell you my own. And then when I found out my net worth, it was a nightmare. But I'm working on that, though. All right, we're also going to give you a savings goal, so that way we can teach you how to save to, go on those vacations that you guys may want to go on. I know it's back to school time. Parents are needing to save, so that way they make sure their kids go back to school super fresh, right? Get all the equipment and tools that they need to be successful this school year. I'm going to show you how to do that. And my favorite, or one of my favorites, is the will and trust. Guys, we are, as parents, we're responsible to take care of our kids while we're here on earth and while we're gone. We don't want to make the same mistakes as some of our idols like Aretha Franklin, Prince, and even more recently, Nipsey Hussle. These people were monumental to our communities, but their families right now are in probate fighting for their assets because they weren't knowledgeable enough, or they weren't taught the importance of a will and trust. And to have a will and trust, you can sit down with a lawyer now, and it ranges anywhere between $500 to $2,500. You're going to get this included in our plan. See, this protection plan, it not only protects you, but it protects your family and your assets as well. And then last but certainly not least, the YFL Family Mint, which we're going to touch on here in a moment. So we all agree that this has been tremendous value. You see everything that you get included in the protection plan. So this may seem like, wow, this might be a lot of money. Every time I talk to people, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's on a webinar, whether it's face-to-face doing a private business reception, everybody's eyes is like, this is great, but how much does it cost? Man, when I go to the gas station, I pump my gas, I have a habit of going into the store, getting a bag of peach rings, don't judge me, and a ginger ale. And that normally costs me at about $3 every time, right? So what if I told you you can get everything included in this protection plan for a bag of peach rings and ginger ale? To get started, it's only $188. It's a $99 one-time activation fee, then $89 a month. Get this, no contract. We're not gonna lock you down to any contract. And here's why. Everyone's financial situation is different. See, it took me 2.5 months. I know people that it only took a month. I know some people took 6 months. So you're gonna pay month to month as you go. So that way you're not locked into any contract, right? Humongous value in this, guys. This is what took me and my family's life from a 472 to a 789, over a 789 now, all right? Now the YFL Family Mint. Again, I'm a parent. I know a lot of guys on this webinar are parents as well. Listen, in order to change anything in this world, we have to start with our youth because our youth is our future. So what this program does is it goes into the schools and it educates kids between the ages of 8 and 18 on the matters of personal finance. So that way they don't make the same mistakes that we made. See, they weren't educated, or we weren't educated, I'm sorry. However, we have the opportunity now to educate our youth. And $2 a month from our protection plan goes toward funding this. So in a sense, it's not even $89 a month. It's $87 a month because now not only are you helping change your financial life, you're actually being a blessing to a kid, helping them change their financial life as well and make them not make the same mistakes that we made. If you look at the last bullet point there, over the last 3 years, we've given them a lot of money to students. But just this year alone, 2019, we did $350,000 to deserving kids that graduated our program. This is huge, guys. A lot of us were actually there in Vegas where we witnessed our company bless this young man with a scholarship. He's on stage with his brother and his single mom, and he said he wanted to study physical therapy. But after graduating our program, he changed his major to business finance because he saw the vision. He sees how important this is. 53 million Americans have less than a $4.99, and he didn't want that to be him and his kids. So I want to just do a quick recap. To become a customer, it's just $188. Think of all the dumb things you've done with $188 in your life. Well, now you have the opportunity to change that and become better people as a whole, right? So 80% of success is showing up. And definitely I have to clap it up for you guys because you already did 80% by showing up and being here tonight. Now the last 20% is taking action. So please get back to the agent that invited you to this webinar. Thank you so much for your time. And definitely, let's do today what we need to do so tomorrow is successful and we stop procrastinating, all right? Now this next information that I wanna offer to you guys is completely free, all right? We definitely want you to fix your credit. However, let's think about how many people's lives that we can change and be a blessing to. I know all of us on this webinar know at least 5 people that have bad credit, right? How many people in America need credit again? Everybody. How many people have messed up credit? Almost everybody. So this next information that I'm going to share with you actually is coming from one of my business partners. Now, a lot of people say, I don't know if I want to hear from this guy, but let me explain why you want to hear from this guy, right? He's 25 years young, but this 25-year-old man is responsible, he and his organization, for doing well over $10,000 every 30 days. He's been able to do some things that Payless couldn't do. That's why they're out of business now. Kmart wasn't able to do. That's why they're out of business now. So we have to agree that his age doesn't matter because he may be 25 years young, but he has a mind of a grown man and he's doing big things. He's a leader's leader. He's responsible for helping a lot of people leave corporate America. He's also responsible for, having other people get promoted within 30-day time frames. How many of us are on 9-to-5 jobs and can say that we've received a promotion within 30 days? Not a lot of us, right? Well, this gentleman is able to do just that. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you my business partner, my friend, now my family, my brother, Sales Director, Anthony Bradley.
Wow, wow, wow. Man, listen, I'm super excited. Criss, thank you so much. I'm fired up. Guys, that was some powerful information. Can we all agree? $89 a month, man, you get to restore your credit, restore your identity, restore your credit, protect your finances and your future. Guys, I can't even think what's better than that. Man, very powerful information. Thank you so much, Criss. She's been a blessing to many people and other people, to me, my family, and my business partners as well. So much respect for her and all the work that she's done. She's one of our top producing sales directors in the market, right? Guys, very excited. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day, out of your Wednesday night to get on to share, for me to share this powerful information, right? Can we all agree that for $89, very powerful, right? But now, this next portion I'm going to get into is completely optional, and we're talking about 3 different, right? We're talking about another entity where this allows us to share the information with our coworkers, our colleagues, our families, and friends that they deserve, right? They deserve some powerful information. And if you want to make more money this year than you did last year, I need everyone to type a money symbol in the chat right now, because you're on the right time at the right place to get this powerful information. Without further ado, I'm just going to introduce myself so we're not total strangers. My name is Anthony Bradley, originally from New York, 25 years old. I was born in the Bronx, raised in Queens. I was living in between city to city, back and forth with my mom and father. They separated really early. I used to live in the Bronx, Co-op City, the projects. I survived off ramen noodles and hamburger helper every single day. Guys, it was a struggle. In 2007, I moved to Florida, Tampa. I was playing baseball all my life. Baseball was my passion. I wanted to play for the Yankees, but obviously the Yankees actually, God threw me a curveball and landed me in the restaurant industry for 9 years, right? So I actually was going to school as well, time doing the restaurant job as well. I got my degree in a bachelor's degree in criminology. I didn't really pursue anything after that, and I got tired of the restaurant industry. I went to go get another sales job, and they actually gave my position to somebody else. So I was jobless for 4 months, guys. 4 months trying to figure it out, paying my bills with my savings. I came across this opportunity last year, July 8th, 2018, changed my life tremendously. Not only did I get my credit back in order, I was able to make more money this year than I did last year. And I was actually able to fire my job, working this business part-time in 6 months from Capital One, and now I'm able to do it full-time and have time freedom. So if you're looking for time freedom and another source of income or career opportunities to become your own boss, you're on the right path, you're on the right webinar. All right, so without further ado, I'm gonna get right into the information. We're gonna talk about financial education services, right? So today we're gonna learn who is FES, how are we gonna improve your financial situation, and what do we need to start. Just like Criss mentioned, UCES been founded in 2004, so has Financial Education Services. We maintained the A rating with the Better Business Bureau since that time. Guys, that speaks a lot of volumes about us and what we've been able to do. Consistently an annual sales growth, very powerful. And we're headquartered in Farmington Hills, Michigan. Guys, we all just came back from Detroit, Michigan. Some of us even had the privilege to actually tour their headquarters, right? Very powerful. We're a debt-free company, and we had the same CEO since the start of the company. Very powerful. We're going to teach you how to go ahead and run your own business from your phone, right? Not from home, from your phone. This is very different, because we take our phones everywhere we go. So we make money everywhere we go, as long as it's in the 50 states. So as a FES agent, let's talk about the website. We actually get our own personalized website. It's 2019, guys. If you work for a company, they don't provide you a website, they're outdated. They need to get updated. We also have an online sales tracking system. Very powerful. And this is the part I love. We agent and customer support. Guys, a lot of us, we have a lot of clients in our system, and we have a lot of business partners. We can't answer phone calls and answer questions all day. They actually take the load off of our shoulders and help us out. We're answering those questions. We get access to professional marketing materials, and we have weekly pay. So right there, if you work a 9-to-5 job, more than likely you're getting paid once or twice a month and every 2 weeks, right? Guys, we get 4 to 5 checks every single month. How cool is that? We get commissions, residuals, bonuses, and more. And we also qualify up to $100,000 in life insurance. Guys, and I just had this topic with Criss. She's an insurance agent. She had her own brokerage. I asked her for the amount of money that we got to invest, $288 one time, can you get $100,000 in life insurance? She said, absolutely not. So just with that provides so much value, because the average person has to go through a whole medical exam to even get approved to get life insurance, right? We don't even put you through a medical exam. We also have challenges, very powerful, and the opportunity to help others. Like I just stated before, $288 to get started, guys. You get all the services Criss went over in the UCS protection plan. So not only do you get to restore your credit, protect your identity, for $100 extra, you'll be able to share the protection plan with other individuals. So can we all agree? Criss just stated, right? How many people in America need credit? Everybody, right? So if you're a servant leader, you'll do very well in this business. And it does say $89 a month, but I'm going to show you how we actually waive that fee. Because I don't care how much money I make. If it's free, it's for me. So again, we're going to touch on the YFL a little bit. This is very near and dear in our heart because we actually witnessed on stage, like Criss mentioned, the YFL provided this $350,000 scholarship to this family. And guys, we're actually on pace for 2020 on $500,000 just in scholarship. Let's give a round of applause for that. That's amazing. Like Criss stated, you know, it starts with our youth. We have to target them so they don't make the same as we did. So additional services that we offer a la carte, we actually, guys, have a service called Credit My Rent. What Credit My Rent is pretty much what it says. We actually can apply your rental history as long as it's positive for the past 24 months. We can apply that to TransUnion, and we can increase your score anywhere from 20 to 100 points. Guys, that's powerful. I mean, you think about how many people are renting, and we don't have the luxury of all owning a home yet. And think about how many clients are renting that are realtors. Realtors have a lot of clients that they're trying to get to become homeowners, and they can't because of the lack of credit. Now, if they have positive payments, they can add that to their credit report. Very powerful. We also have a secured credit card. This is another way to build your trade line of credit. Right, so just having bad credit is just as bad as having no credit, right? So if you don't have any credit established, we have a secure credit card for you. Now you can restore your credit and build it at the same time, right? Very powerful. We have a smart credit app, which he talked about before, 24/7 access, live updates, very powerful. And then we also have this other service here where we can go ahead and provide the My Care plan, which is going to protect your family, pretty much the will and trust and power of attorney. Very powerful. Guys, like I said before, if it's free, it's for me, right? So we teach the method strive for 5, right? Strive for 5. The minute you strive for 5, whether it be 5 clients, 5 agents, 2 clients, 3 agents, a mixture of both, does not matter. Now the company is going to waive that overhead for $89. Now you're receiving free credit restoration at that point. That's very powerful, right? So I'm going to show you the ways that we get paid. And I'm going to tell you guys, we get paid 6 different ways. Very powerful. We already beat the opposition. Most of you guys probably only get paid twice a month, right? Like I stated. So the first ways we get paid, $100 commission, right? So just for sharing the protection plan with someone else that needs the credit restoration, wants to become a homeowner, just by copying and pasting, yes, that's simple. All you do is copy and paste your link, send it to your the potential with your website attached to it. They get enrolled, you get $100 the following Thursday. Very powerful. Just imagine if you just did this twice a month, right? Twice a month, that an extra $800 a month, you can't beat that, right? Excuse me, twice a week, $800 a month. Now, just think about all that money that you can put towards your car insurance. That could even be a mortgage or rent or rent, right? If you don't need that money, I'll send you my Cash App and my Zelle. The next way we get paid is a $12 residual. So we call this Michael Jackson money. Let me ask you guys a question. Every time that you were the top producing person at your job, you made a sale, do you get paid residually every single month for that sale? Most likely you don't. Well, here we actually give you that leverage. So for every protection plan you have in your website, right, that you have in your system, the company is going to pay you $12 residual every time they make an $89 payment. Guys, that's powerful. Even if you just let's say you had 100 clients in your system. What's 100 times 12? That's an extra $1,200. What can you do with that? You can actually probably go and take a trip, right? Take a trip to Mexico if you want to. DR, Dominican Republic, or you can put that in a savings, right? Very, very powerful. So the next way we get paid is the customer acquisition bonus. Now this right here, guys, is I've never seen anything like this before. Very powerful, and we're leveraging our team, and we're all making money. Everybody's eating, everybody's having a good time just helping each other, right? So I want you to take a look at our dear friend here, Kobe Bryant. Yes, he did retire from basketball, but he actually joined our business. So Kobe Bryant is here. Let's go ahead. Let's say he goes ahead and brings in Stacy. Stacy is a brand new agent, right? Now, Stacy's a brand new agent. So what Kobe Bryant's going to do is going to help Stacy acquire 2 customers, right? So once he helps her get 2 customers, she's gonna make $200, right? Very powerful. Now, also when he does that, get a bonus of $100 just for helping Stacy out. How powerful is that? And our Kobe's thinking, okay, that's easy. Let me go help somebody else do the same thing. He goes out and finds Rob. Rob goes ahead and gets 2 customers. He gets $200. Kobe gets another $100, a bonus for helping Rob. Now he's done that twice and he gets promoted. Guys, he gets a $60 raise just for helping 2 people. Now, I don't know about you. I worked at Capital One and they gave me an annual raise and it was like 35 cents. And I was the top producing phone customer service person there. That's crazy. You telling me a $60 raise, I help 2 people? Everything's duplicatable, right? In business, it doesn't matter what works, it matters what duplicates, right? So he's a field trainer, right? So he does the same work. He helps Stacy and he helps Rob become field trainers, help them get 2 business partners each, help them become field trainer. Now he gets promoted to the senior field trainer position. So what we like to do is the backbone of our company is create as many field trainers as you can. That's the backbone. This is where actually, number 1, you waive your fees, right? As a field trainer, you get 5. You waive your fees, you make your return on investment back, and you make $500. Congratulations. Now, as we make many field trainers, now our job is to keep getting promoted. So as a senior field trainer, he gets $240 for the same work he did at field trainer. So now his job is to do what? Get another person, right? Find a 3rd business partner, help that partner get to field trainer as well. Now Kobe has 3 field trainers on his team, right? So for doing that, now he gets the biggest commission jump in the company, $380 as a sales director. Guys, this is the prestigious title. Me and Chris were actually fortunate and blessed by our team to be able to hit these titles, doing $380 every time we bring on a business partner, averaging $2,000 to $6,000 a month residually. That replaces the average American job. This is where you start developing the eye problem at work. Then you start rubbing your eye. You're like this. You're like, man, I don't see myself working here anymore, right? So when we get to this time, making a lot of money, but also most importantly, you start helping a lot of people. And as you can see, it goes up the ranks. So now we have, the ranks up. You keep going. Executive sales director. Shout out to VG Quinones, one of my personal mentors. She's killing it. She's phenomenal. We have a vice president, Rachel Otero, killing it. We have Arnold Bogarty. We have a lot of individuals crushing this business. And look at their payout, guys. $500, $510. That's remarkable. Now, the 4th way we get paid is agent override, right? So let's say Chris, every time Chris, she's going to go ahead and get a business partner. Let's say she goes out and gets Stephanie. Stephanie's a monster. She's a superstar. She goes out and gets 10 individuals. She knows the car salesman. She knows the realtor. She knows the mortgage broker. She knows a whole bunch of professionals. She brings in 10 big people as an agent. She makes up to $1,000. That's very powerful, right? Now, just because Chris sponsored her on her team, and she got 10 business partners, Chris is making the overall difference between title and Chris's title. Chris is $380, Stephanie's $100 as an agent. $380 minus $100 is what? $280, right? Very powerful. What's $280 times 10 of those business partners? $2,800, and she's never even met any of those individuals. Well, guess what? We're all going to a steakhouse after that because she just made $2,800 for no work she did. Guys, the power of leverage is crazy. This business is paying out many different ways, and we're not even done yet. We got more ways we get paid, right? So this is the next way, monthly infinity bonus. Guys, this right here, congratulations. When you get to sales director, you qualify for this bonus. You and your team are producing a minimum of $10,000 in group volume every single month. The company is going to pay you a percentage of that volume. So we're getting an extra $50. 1% of 10,000 is $50. That may not seem like a lot, but you can take your spouse to Chili's, 2 for $25, right? Can't get no drinks, but you can still get a 2 for $25. Or you can fill up the gas tank, right? Sales director, shout out to Rob Santiago, $25,000 minimum in business. Fee 4%, he gets $187. Now he can go to Bonefish Grill, get a couple drinks, he can upgrade. Now you see it goes down the list. I want to give a special shout out to my mentor, Xavier Marrero. He's an executive vice president doing $500,000 every single month, guys. Very powerful. Look at this, 2% of 500,000 is $10,000. I don't even know how I know that because I'm horrible in math, but I get excited when we talk about money. But that's $10,000. Guys, he's on track to retire his parents this year. What is your financial goals? What are your long-term goals? His parents took care of him. Now it's only his duty to go ahead and take care of them. He is remarkable. He just crushed this stage in Detroit, Michigan, and he's one of our servant leaders. He's the pioneer in this market. I love that he's my mentor because I get to see him and get blessed by his presence and all the trainings that he does. And we go to Pinnacle Senior Vice President. Shout out to Nicole and Jack. Man, she is crushing it. She's the pioneer. She does a minimum of $10 million every 30 days in business, right? But she's getting 3% of that. What's 3% of $10 million? $300,000 with this one-time bonus. Guys, there's people that don't even make $50,000, $60,000 in a year as a family income household. She's doing that every 30 days. Very powerful. Guys, this information, I don't want you to take it lightly. Now, yes, it's a lot of money to be made, but think about it as you're helping people. If you help enough people get what they want, by default, you will get what you want, and your bills will get paid for you. You don't have to worry about it. You have to get to a place where your bills start getting paid by the money that you work for. You don't work for your money works for you now, right? The R&R Club is very powerful. Even if you just took this page away, we still are blessing this company to get paid 5 different ways. Guys, level 1, I want you to think about the car that you want. If it's a Nissan Altima Maxima, I'm sorry, you got to upgrade. We're going to give you a Mercedes, Audi, or a Cadillac, $600 towards your car payment. Guys, very powerful. Shout out to Raisa. Shout out to David Marquez, Eugene Fan for hitting this club, right? They got all their cars paid for. Level 2, $10,000 cash bonus. Level 3, they're going to upgrade you, right? $1,500 car allowance. That's powerful. Shout out to Xavier Moreno. He has a AMG CLS 53, whatever you call it. It's a spaceship. Top of the line Mercedes, guys. Very powerful for all the work that he's done. He's helped thousands and hundreds of thousands of people to be able to get this title. Level 4, you get a $25,000 cash bonus. Level 5, now you're going to upgrade. You can upgrade to a Rolls Royce, a Lamborghini, Ferrari, does not matter. You've done so much help in the community, guys. The company is blessing us with also a $50,000 cash bonus on top of that. Level 6, monthly house payment of $5,000. Guys, this right here is very powerful. This is one of my favorite goals because this is when your dreams turn into reality. Kids, you know, we learned about being in a mansion. Now we can make that a goal and an actual personal goal of ours, right? Level 6, $5,000. Let me give you a disclaimer. Tampa, Florida, Ocala, Orlando. This house is going to look just like this for $5,000. Miami, New York, California, Jersey, Massachusetts. I'm sorry, you be lucky enough you get one of those garages, maybe even a studio apartment in Manhattan, right? But $5,000, man, you can do a lot of great things with that. And how about a house being paid for? Just go ahead and get another one. Level 7, guys, this is when the company starts matching your retirement. Level 7, $25,000, they match you. You get $50,000 every 30 days. You progress in the company 8, 9, and 10 levels. Now you're level 10, you're getting anywhere from $150,000 to $250,000 for the rest of your life. How is retirement looking? If you close your eyes, your retirement does not look like this picture. You need to open your eyes back up. We got a lot of work to do, right? That's me right there. Who else wants to be numbers check for the rest of my life, and I can quit the business. Very powerful. Wow. I get so emotional and so excited because this business literally changed my life, right? I'm able to spend time with my mom in New York. And look at Miss Nicola Smith-Jackson. Wonderful, wonderful individual, serving God-fearing woman. She was a hairdresser. Guys, she started this business 5 years ago. Very powerful. And she paved the way for all of us. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be here. Very powerful. She has so much goals and ambition. It's ridiculous. Going to the next page, we got Alfred Nixon, our personal mentor. He just did the event for us in Detroit, right? He actually paid for all of that himself. Guys, very powerful individual. He's doing $2.6 million minimum every single 30 days, and him and his organization, 26 years old. Started 3 years ago, picking up trash out of Miami, Florida. Very powerful individual. He lost of words. This guy has success in the way for all of us. Ashton Henry, one of our top leaders in our organization as well. He's Alfred Nixon's mentor as well. He does a minimum of $4 million every 30 days in business. He's been featured on the Steve Harvey Show. He's been featured on the Grant Cardone Show. He's been on a soccer scholarship from Grenada, right? Lost everything, right? He had a gash to his forehead from a machete when he was 12 years old. He went into the tax business. He saw how many individuals were getting declined for not having great credit, saw the opportunity, ran with it, and now he's a multiple seven-figure earner in this business. Guys, we have another young lady, Sabrina Lou, 26 years old. So all of you single moms out there, yes, we have successful women in this business. And obviously, I'm going to be honest with you, most of my team are single moms and most of them are women. So shout out to all the powerful young bosses out there that are ladies crushing this business. She was in a hotel with her daughter, right? Trying to figure things out. The Postmates reached out to her. Now she's a six-figure earner, $250,000 minimum bid every 30 days. I wouldn't give you all the training and support, guys. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. We're going to teach you how to launch your business, how to leverage your social media, right? If you're on Facebook and Instagram not making money, we need to change that. We're going to teach you how to make money with it, how to properly expose the protection plan membership, right? There's nothing to sell here, guys. We have what everybody wants, Everybody needs credit. Everybody should want to make extra money, period, right? We're just sharing information. How to establish a substantial team of agents. We all nationwide, baby, 50 states. How cool is that? I can work in New York, visit my mom, and I'm on vacation. I don't take vacations anymore, right? How to manage a nationwide organization. We have webinars and other training materials and platforms to be able to plug your agents that are out of state. How to understand and maximize the entire compensation plan. How to build a long-term residual income. How to become a successful leader, right? Having the right mindset and attitude for success. Guys, if anything, this business taught me how to become a leader, how to have a lot of self-development. I have to be a leader to my team. This is what I can't thank the business for. Yes, the money is great, but be able to be the leader that I am, to be able to create other leaders is remarkable, right? And so much more. We have a lot of training support. We have regional training events. We have national events. Guys, we just came back from Detroit, like you stated. We had Angie Johnson and Tony Gaskins as our keynote speakers. Very powerful. Our next event, we're going to have Eric Thomas in Atlanta, and then Vegas 2020 is our national convention. Can't miss it. Get plugged in. Very powerful. All right, so let's do a quick recap. Man, you're tired of hearing me speak. Anthony, I'm tired of hearing you speak. I want to make money already. Sign me up. Perfect. $288. I can't think of some of the dumb things I did with $288. I went to Walmart just not long ago, and I spent $300, and I bought like 5 cereals, 5 milks. Crazy, right? Walmart's going up in prices, but for $288, you can go ahead and get all the services and become a referral agent. Just get back to the individual who invited you to this webinar. Or you know what? You just want to become a customer, right? You don't see yourself making more money this year. You're okay. You just want to fix your credit. That's fine. We're a clientele-based business anyway. Go ahead and get back with the individual who invited you to this webinar, right? Get started today. Because if you start today, you'll be reaping the benefits 3 to 6 months from now, right? We have a very fast turnaround time. If you have a lot of questions, you're not sure yet, go ahead. It's okay. We're here to answer your questions. Don't be alarmed. I know it's a lot of information. We have plenty of selfless leaders to be able to go ahead and answer those questions for you. But whatever you decide to do, I want to be the first one to welcome you to the FVS family. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your night to get on this wonderful webinar. We provided so much value. I hope me and Chris will be able to paint that clear vision for you. And thank you for sharing your time with us tonight. And remember, we're going to go ahead and see you from the top or at the top. Guys, have a blessed night. We'll see you soon. And thank you so much for hopping on.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate the support.
Wow,
Thank you guys.
awesome.
Great
Thank
job.
you, Anthony and Chris. Y'all killed it.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Chris.
Killed it. Killed it.
Wow, the value. Great job.
We just trying to copy the right cast. That's all.
I'm so glad I made it. Able to see you guys. Awesome.
Absolutely.